Frost continues to approach the Wabash Valley. Kevin is saying we could see some frost by the end of the week.
News 10's Madison Zaleski spoke to a local company on how to keep your house warm. She's live in the newsroom tonight with some safety measures for you and your family.
Earlier today, I spoke to Payton Heating and Cooling, and they told me it's important to make sure your heating units are working properly and safely. Payton Heating and Cooling is one of many heating and cooling companies in Terre Haute. While workers typically check for proper airflow and clean filters, this time of the year the company is focused on safety. Franklin Patterson is the service manager. He urges customers to install carbon monoxide detectors. Carbon monoxide detectors can help alert you to broken appliances that you otherwise wouldn't notice. They need to be replaced about every 7 years. Patterson also says it's important to make sure all your appliances are working correctly before you need them. He says humidifiers can become plugged up over the summer.
Got to be careful with them because they do release a white powder and it plugs up the filters, and when you check your filter it looks brand new, but it's completely plugged it off so air can't get to that furnace.
Patterson also says it's to make sure your vents are clear and try to avoid any space heaters as they might overheat and become dangerous. Reporting live in the newsroom, Madison Zaleski, News 10.
Well, as the weather starts to get colder, doctors are on the lookout for more cases of respiratory illnesses. Riley Hospital for Children has updated its visitor policy due to the risk of infection. It says this time of year, its patients are more vulnerable to those viruses. As of last night, no one under the age of 18 is allowed to visit. Doctors say while it may be inconvenient, it's in the best interest of the patients.
Now, what this involves is that typically the individuals who carry these type of respiratory viruses most frequently are younger children.
Dr. Brumber says that the two main viruses affecting patients right now are RSV and enterovirus. She recommends washing your hands often and wearing masks to prevent becoming infected.
A nationwide relay for a good cause passed through Terre Haute this morning.
News 10's Blake Dahlia woke up early this morning to catch the Great American Relay.
In the early Wednesday morning hours, a local runner crossed the state line as a part of the Great American Relay. It's a trip from Santa Monica, California to the World Trade Center in New York City to remember the lives lost on 9/11. As cars drove by before the sun rose, Terre Haute native Don Dotson hit the road. He started at the state line and completed a small part of a nearly 700-part relay that stretches from coast to coast. He says his 6 a.m. run was well worth it to donate to and support first responders.
It should only take about 9 minutes to get into West Terre Haute, so that's not a huge chunk of my day. I'm happy to get up early to help with the cause.
Leah Singer is also from the area. She says there's no place more fitting for a nationwide relay than Terre Haute in Vigo County.
I think it's really exciting that Terre Haute is right smack in the middle of this national effort. I mean, we're called the Crossroads of America, and I think this is a great way to showcase that.
While running anywhere between 1 and 5.5 miles may sound like something you need to train for, Dotson says it's easier than it sounds.
I didn't train specifically for this, but I did put in a 20-mile run on Saturday, and so running 5 miles shouldn't be too much of a burden today.
The run is spread out over 36 days in 17 states, beginning and ending at local fire stations. Dotson says running in the relay is the least he can do to say thanks.
We're thankful for all of the first responders and everything that they do, so this is one way to show appreciation.
For more information on the Great American Relay, go to our website. That's WTHI-TV.com. Reporting in Vigo County, Blake Dahlia, News 10.
Well, if you've missed the roar of the crowd and the smell of fresh popcorn, you're in luck. The Zora Shrine Circus is set to return to the Wabash Valley Fairgrounds this week. We'll tell you about all the acts you can expect coming up.
Plus, students at one local college are working to break through a glass ceiling. We'll explain why they're taking this month to bring awareness to an important issue. That's next on News 10. It's coverage you can count on.
You're watching the Wabash Valley's most watched newscast, News 10. Closed captioning is sponsored by Terre Haute Chevrolet. Visit our team today.
We stand in your place.
We help with your property damage.
We stand in your place.
We help you seek payment of your medical bills.
We stand in your place.
We deal with the insurance company.
Personal injury,
You get well. Blackburn Romy will take care of the rest. To seek the compensation you deserve, trial tested and standing strong.
Choosing Blackburn Romy just makes sense.
Signature Healthcare in Terre Haute, a one-stop shop for your well-being. In-house dialysis, respiratory therapy, and memory care make us stand out above the rest. Let us put our signature on your short-term rehab. Come to Signature Healthcare and live with purpose. Bring your company holiday party to the newest, most up-to-date space in the Wabash Valley, the Terre Haute Convention Center. Up to 700 banquet-style seats with our in-house executive chef and AV package makes planning a breeze. With the Terre Haute Convention Center, we handle the fuss, you handle the fun. Bring your big event to downtown Terre Haute at the Terre Haute Convention Center. Check us out online at terrehautecc.com.
Here at Houston Automotive, we are not going to let inflation affect you, our customers. That's why we're still going to offer the most affordable full synthetic oil change in town, $39.95. And remember, your fifth oil change is free with this punch card. I want to hear you say, I had it fixed at Houston.
Graber's Handcrafted Furniture, Southern Indiana's premier handcrafted Amish furniture store, is hosting an open house now through Saturday. Outdoor furniture 15% off. Upholstered furniture 15% off. Dining and bedroom furniture 10% off. Built from the finest hardwood, we can customize most pieces. Contemporary, elegant, rustic farmhouse and traditional styles and more. Furniture for any room. Graber's Handcrafted Furniture, 5 miles south of Odin.
Storm Team 10's Pollen Count is sponsored by Andrews Heating and Air Conditioning.
Hispanic Heritage Month is recognized each year from September 15th to October 15th. It's a time to celebrate the history and culture of Latino and Hispanic people.
It's also a great time to let their voices be heard to make change. News 10's Caitlin Hunt joins us in the studio. She spoke with 2 college students who are doing just that.
Patrice Rondrell, a recent survey revealed only 8% of working engineers come from a Hispanic background. And while this number sounds troubling, the 2 students I spoke with are working hard to change it. Dana Carino and Michael Martinez are students at the Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology. Both are passionate about the field of engineering, but also their Hispanic culture.
So both of my parents immigrated from Mexico to Austin, and I do have a lot of family that lives in Austin and around Texas, but I also have a lot of family that's still in Mexico. So throughout my childhood, there was still a lot of times where I would go back to Mexico and visit my family. So I've always felt really connected to them.
My father, he was an immigrant from Mexico, so I was very much raised with Mexican culture around me.
But a recent survey finds only 8% of working engineers are of Hispanic background, and the small amount of representation has affected Carino.
As a freshman, it did give me the imposter syndrome where I was like, well, maybe I'm not in the right place or maybe I don't fit in.
But she and Martinez are trying to change that through the school's Society of Hispanic Professional Engineers. The society connects Hispanic students to build a sense of community. Members also mentor younger students to pursue engineering and make the field a more diverse place.
It is capable, you are capable of being an engineer, because I think it's not only Hispanics, but as well as females who are told maybe no.
Both students know they and other Hispanic students have a place in engineering. They believe their heritage provides a new perspective to the field of engineering, but they hope that someday diversity will not be a concern.
It gets to the point where you can just be someone that's in engineering and it's not seen as a statistic because you have an equal number of all races and ethnicities working in this field.
And the number of Hispanic engineers is about to grow. Karina tells me she is already receiving a number of job interviews. Patrice, Rondrell, back to you.
Good for them.
Very cool. Well, Storm Team 10's Kevin Orpert is in the Weather Center. We talked about it earlier. First significant frost on the way.
Oof, Kevin has the warning, but in the meantime, some nice weather.
Well, it is going to be nice, and maybe by Friday night, though, that's when we could get a little bit frosty. Now, when I come back, I'll let you know what's going on. And look at that. 2 years ago on this day, it was 28 degrees. That set the record low, so we're not going to do that. Stay tuned for more right here on News 10 at 6.
Storm Team 10's 7-day forecast is sponsored by Crow Equipment.
After an accident, you can feel overwhelmed and alone. Team Green Law works for you, guiding you through the personal injury process to the recovery you deserve. and with you, focusing on your case so you can focus on healing. Team Green Law, for you, with you.
When it comes to your loved ones, we know you would go the extra mile. Providence Healthcare, a nationally ranked community, provides quality rehab and long-term care just 5 miles from downtown Terre Haute. If you need extra therapy following a hospital stay, you can trust that Providence Healthcare will get you back on your feet. We provide enhanced infection preventionists, compassionate caregivers, and an experienced therapy team with full-time respiratory therapists. Call or visit us online to learn more. Our team would love to help you experience the healing today.
South Fork Homestead, your home for family traditions. Many activities and adventures await you on the farm this fall. From pumpkins, pedal cars, a 70-foot bounce pillow, farm animals, to painting for gold and a corn maze. We have a little bit of everything to make this your family tradition for years to come. Just 30 minutes west of Terre Haute, open until October 31st. Explore and discover at South Fork Homestead Pumpkin Farm and Outlaw Grill.
Moonshine Motorcycles in Clay City is where you'll find Scott Hunter, a veteran master technician who specializes in high-performance modifications. You'll get the personalized attention to detail that you expect and deserve. For maintenance, repair, customization, or performance upgrades, Moonshine Motorcycles.
New tonight. This is a real competition.
There's no other experience like it.
Shall we get into it? Yeah! It's a big night of adventure.
I'm not going to sit around and wait for other people to determine my game.
With new episodes of Survivor, The Amazing Race, and the premiere of The Real Love Boat.
I feel like my heart is ready to love again.
Let's go! A dream come true! Survivor, The Real Love Boat, and The Amazing Race. New tonight starting at 8 on CBS.
TV 10's community calendar is sponsored by Riddell National Bank. Coverage you can count on continues with Storm Team 10 Chief Meteorologist Kevin Orpert. Awarded the AMS seal of approval by the American Meteorological Society.
Take a look at this. It was a cool morning down in Sullivan County. News 10's Dorothy Goforth shot this video for us. You can see some fog drifting along there. See that, how it kind of moves along? Actually, it was kind of an interesting shot. And look at that. Well, there's some squirts coming up there, a little fountain also. So anyhow, that's what it looked like down in Sullivan County earlier today. More clouds for us tonight. I just checked outside the Storm Team 10 back door. If you look west, you'll see a lot more clouds. So clouds will help us keep less chilly tonight, because last night it got down to 36 degrees, so it's not going to be that cool tonight, not nearly that cool. And maybe a shower with these clouds, a weak disturbance is bringing in these clouds, and maybe just a little bit of rain, a slight chance of rain. But a warm day again tomorrow, so we'll have some clouds early tomorrow morning, maybe a few lingering isolated showers tomorrow morning, then becoming sunny and quite pleasant. A high tomorrow of 78, and that was the high for the day today. So here's the futurecast. Here's midnight tonight. See all the clouds coming in? So just a little bit of rain there. And then we'll get to 4 a.m. See, so during the late overnight hours, that's when we have the possibility of a little bit of rain scattered around, rather isolated. I don't believe it's going to be a big deluge. It's not going to come down here and wash everything out. Hopefully we can settle the dust a little bit. I don't believe it's going to take care of the pollen, the ragweed, or much else, but just a little bit of rain is possible. So here's 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, and then by noon tomorrow, most likely that sunshine will be back out. The clouds will be gone, the sun will be back out. But by 6 o'clock tomorrow evening, by this time tomorrow night, it's very possible the wind will have changed directions as some cooler air starts to spill in or pour in, I guess is one way you could look at it, because it's going to be breezy tomorrow night and a breezy day on Friday too, as this cooler air moves in just in time for the weekend. The temperature trend then tomorrow 78, and then here's that cooler air. Friday 61, Saturday 60, Sunday 66, and Monday 72. And then we get later into next week and it moderates a little bit. So it's not going to get cold right away, and it's not going to stay cold, even though this weekend it could be quite brisk with 61 on Friday, then 35 on Friday night, Saturday night 33 degrees. We could have some areas of frost, maybe some widespread frost as we get into Friday night and Saturday night. I'll keep an eye on that for you. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, the pollen count, however, the ragweed is still high. For tonight, the overnight low is 51, becoming cloudy, and some late night showers. Maybe a few isolated lingering showers early tomorrow morning. Then becoming sunny and warm, a high tomorrow of 78, but breezy, a south-southwest breeze, 5 to 10, gusting to 15. Then the wind changes direction. It becomes breezy tomorrow night from the north, gusting up to 18, with an overnight low tomorrow night at 46, and then a high on Friday of only about 61, Saturday 60, and Sunday 66. And then we get back up into the 70s as we get into next week. And now tonight's Dorset Automotive Weather Quiz, brought to you by Dorset Mitsubishi. Here it is Wednesday. Welcome back, Patrice, by the way.
Thank you.
Longer jet contrails in the sky can be a sign of rain. Is that true or is that false?
And Kevin was not merciful at all while you were gone.
I figured.
As you know.
Each year, hundreds of people gather underneath the big top for the Zora Shrine Circus. The Shriners say this year's show will be the best yet. We'll take you behind the scenes straight ahead.
But first, the pairings are out for this year's Bobcat of Daviess County Boys Basketball Classic. Find out who's playing who. Sports 10 is next on News 10. It's coverage you can count on.
News 10 is sponsored by DorsetAutomotive.com. See the Dorset advantage today.
People may never meet you. They may never shake your hand. But that doesn't mean they weren't impacted by the work you've done. At DC Metal, we understand the importance in making a small step perfect so that with everything we do, it can help us strive to build a better community. Together. Visit dcmetal.com to learn more about the work we are doing and the community we are building.
It's a monster of a sale at Terre Auto. They have a huge selection, and they all must go 1 mile south of Boot City, or visit them online, Terre Auto, where they stack them deep and sell them cheap.
We shopped around a lot, and Best Roofing & More was a no-brainer. They came in with a better product, with lifetime guarantees, and saved us almost $6,000. We had a beautiful new lifetime roof in a day. I'd tell anyone that needs a new roof, call Best Roofing & More.
Have you been arrested? If you retain my firm, your case becomes our case. I'm attorney Rowdy Williams. I will provide the aggressive legal representation that your case deserves.
Folks around here, they're all running from something.
People aren't what they seem.
Welcome to Independence.
Walker, Independence. New series premieres Thursday at 9/8 Central, only on the CW.
The iHeartRadio Music Festival 2022, featuring Megan Thee Stallion, Halsey, Pitbull, and many more. Two-night event starts this Friday at 8/7 Central, only on the CW.
Do you remember this? How about that? Do you remember? The journey to retirement hasn't always been easy. I'm Alexander Joyce. Let us build a retirement plan you can rely on. A financial plan that gives you confidence and peace of mind. A legacy plan that protects them. And let us start that process today. And let us help you rejoice in your retirement.
Coverage you can count on continues with Rick Semler and Sports.
Welcome back. You know the high school basketball season is drawing near when we start talking about tourneys. Today in Washington, the schools for this year's Bobcat of Daviess County Classic gathered for this year's boys basketball event at North Daviess. The 17th annual event runs December 21st through the 23rd at North Daviess High School. The first round matchups were revealed. The tourney opens with Fort Wayne Blackhawk Christian and Evansville Christian, then South Knox and Paoli, followed by defending 1A state champs North Daviess versus Forest Park. The nightcap has Lagodi against Purdue recruit Jack Benter and Brownstown Central. This is a loaded field. 5 of the 8 teams were sectional champs. You have 1 state champ in North Daviess. The combined record of the 8 schools last year were 150 and 57. That's a 72% winning percentage. There's no questioning there are few tourneys with the competition and talent like the Bobcat of Daviess County Classic.
I feel like it's the best around, and especially this year. I mean, you look at especially 1A, 2A, now North Daviess being 3A. I mean, you got state title contenders, at all 3 classes that will all be under the same roof on the the same week and weekend. So it's a huge challenge.
That's kind of what we've
prided ourselves on with this tournament is being able to get some very quality teams, some quality individuals. I mean, you know, we've got both. We've got really good basketball teams. We've got really good basketball coaches. We've got some really good basketball individuals that'll go on to play high-level D1 basketball someday. So all in all, it's a great tournament.